arrangement I feel like with Usher's mom. He had came out at 14 and then we didn't see him again until he was what, about 19? He was this mentor, this hero, this savior to Usher. Did Diddy really put Usher in the hospital? What's up, my beautiful soul family? How's everybody doing today? There's been rumors going around for like some time now, a couple years now, stating that when Usher was a teenager, and he was sent to live with Diddy for a little while at, I think it was called Diddy's Flavor Camp or something like that. Diddy used to, let's just say, violate Usher, and he was responsible for putting Usher in the hospital one time with him bleeding from his backside. Usher has never come forward to confirm or deny this rumor. However, with the recent allegations going on with Diddy and his trial getting ready to begin, I thought today we would look into that. Let's see, was Usher put in the hospital by Diddy? You know what I mean? Did Diddy violate Usher so bad that it tore his backside? Now, of course, before I start this reading, I need to put out my disclaimer. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I state in this video is just my interpretation of the cards. Nothing I state in this video has been proven to be fact as of now. So now that we got that disclaimer out the way, let's shuffle these cards and let's see, did Diddy really put Usher in the hospital? Alright, so let's pull the cards and let's see if we get the answers that we seek. So the first card up is the troublemaking card. From the firing plan into the fire. This is what I'm seeing. This is a cautionary yes. Let me see. You got the King of Pentacles. He was basically saying it was business. You know what I mean? I think... Okay. I see a lot of like the... I see a lot of these cards coming up indicate that maybe some... that they were selling these kids. You know what I mean? The people... This is what I'm getting a lot of. Like, this comes up a lot. Diddy made a business arrangement with, I feel like, with Usher's mom that she was dependent on, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, he's going to be real successful, this, that, and the third. But what it was some kind of a homosexual act, you know what I mean, that Usher wanted to run away from. However, there was a business contract going on between Diddy and Usher. I don't know what the contract was. I get the feeling from what my gut is saying is that it's a thing where, like I said about how they do a lot of other kid stars. You know what I mean? If you want to make it in this business, you're gonna have to do certain favors for me. You know what I mean? If you want those contracts, you want to get rich, you know what I mean? You're gonna have to do certain things for me. You're gonna have to do actual favors. You know what I mean? I feel like now this is the actual relationship Diddy and Usher was in is now coming back to it's not coming back to haunt Usher because they were, I guess you could call it lovers, but it was a molestation thing because Usher was like 14. You know what I mean? He was a teenager. This was kept under wraps for so many years. You know what I mean? The public was kept deaf and dumb about this, that Usher was put in the hospital because he was victimized. You know what I mean? He was victimized, which is why I think it put his career on to an end for a couple years when he was a teenager. This is why he had came out at 14 and then we didn't see him again until he was, what, about 19 or something like that? Because there was some actual activity that he needed to get over when it came to being with Diddy. Diddy was violent. Diddy imposed he was violent with the molestation too, allegedly. Usher, like I said, was a boy. He wasn't used to this kind of thing. He made Usher play the feminine role. You know what I mean? Kind of like how I said he did Justin before. Justin Bieber, that is. Let me see here. It made Diddy feel powerful. You know what I mean? It made him feel powerful because he had the resources and he can mess with whoever he want to mess with. He can make these teenage boys bend over for him. This is what he liked. He liked when they cooperated and it was his little B word. We'll just say that. or at least alleged. This is what I feel like the cards is pointing to so far. Allegedly. Let's clear these cards up and let's pull some more cards. So yeah, I'm seeing that Usher was victimized. Something did happen. He did have to spend some time healing, you know what I mean, from what happened at, Diddy Flavor Camp or Puffy Flavor Camp, whatever it's called. Let me see here. Did he pretend like he was this mentor, this hero, this savior to Usher, and he was just looking out for him because he was this little kid or whatever, right? And he was just taking care of this kid. This is what he told him. This is what the narrative better be. When in reality, Diddy was R-word and Usher. That wasn't the only incident of it. That was just, I think, maybe the last incident. At least to him as a teenager. I feel like his mother took him away for a while after that happened. Of course, Diddy didn't care. Let's just say violently and brutally R-worded Usher, and Diddy was not at the least bit sympathetic to it. Diddy didn't really care, because Diddy kind of likes Violent X, if that makes sense. And he feels like, you know what I mean, his money can make this go away, you know what I mean, or whatever. He could just always pay for Usher's, to get sewn back up or reconstructed or whatever it needs to be. He didn't care that he damaged the boy, you know what I mean. His only care was to avoid jail. That's what Diddy cared about. Diddy does this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like I think I said before, Diddy does this stuff to appease the demons that he summons, like these negative entities that keep him successful. So he does stuff like R-word and like the more brutal of it, sometimes the more appeasing it is to the demons he summoned. He's a very toxic, sick individual. You know what I mean? He's very sick, or at least this is what the cards are saying, allegedly. I think, let me see here. So, I don't know how long Usher lived with Diddy, but I think that, I don't know, something about a month. Was it a certain time of the month that he had to do this? I feel like it was something that had to align with the moon, like the equinox or something. Like, you know how, like, alright, I've said it before that Diddy practices black magic. And I feel like this was some kind of ritual that he did to Usher, like his breaking in or something like that to get him into the music industry. I feel like it had something to do with the alignment of the moon too. And I feel like also there was some kind of alcohol involved with all of this. Yeah, I'm feeling like there was something with the moon cycle that had to do with this, because he was summoning demons to do this. You know what I mean? Usher was his ex-slave at that time. You know what I mean? He was juggling those things, which I think he had more than one. He either had more than one ex-slave, or I feel like he made Usher mess with more than one man, like he did other kids too. Dangling wealth and stuff in front of them. Like, oh, you gotta work extra hard for this wealth. You think that this wealth just come free? No, you gotta do some stuff for this wealth. And of course, Usher, being naive, went along with it. Allegedly, this is what I'm getting from the cards and what my gut is saying. This is what I feel like. It was some kind of a ritual they were doing with Usher. They was breaking him in. It was a ritual. It's a ritual. It's what I'm feeling in my gut, seeing in the cards. It's a ritual. That black magic crap. For some reason, it's like somebody's anal cavity. It's like it's some kind of magic. It's something that they do, like with ritualistically. This is why if you hear about a lot of people in Hollywood, like even video girls and stuff, getting anally brutalized. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, it's something about the energy in the butt. I think it's like some kind of, is it the Kundalini energy or something that's in your rectum that. I don't know, it got something to do with like those witchcraft and the summoning of demons and stuff. This is why a lot of people get hurt and they get violated in their anal cavity. Or at least this is what I'm feeling from the cards. This is what Spirit is telling me. You know what I mean? Yeah, Diddy totally dominated him. It was a very violent act, like I said. You know what I mean? He likes to abuse his authority. He likes to abuse his power. Like, if you don't do what I say, you're going to be without your career. I'm going to take your career from you. You're going to be screwed over. So this is why they cooperate, because they don't want him to like screw him over and leave him destitute, because he's done it to people. You know what I mean? He's really ruined people's careers who didn't want to do the things he wanted them to do at the parties or whatever. But you expand if you let them use you as a, like a, let's just say the main attraction at one of his Diddy parties. And I feel like that's what happened with Usher. You know what I mean? Of course, yes, that incident, the hospital incident, from what I'm seeing in the cards, I think Spirit is a legend, that did happen. But I also feel like there was other men that Usher was passed off to at some of Diddy's parties before. You know what I mean? There were other lovers. There were other men. You know, he had to pay his dues just like everybody else in the music industry. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Yeah, it's all of this was for the sake of occultism. You know what I mean? He had to be that sacrificial. He had to be that sacrificial lamb. He had to let go and let them do the things they wanted to do to his back door. And I don't know if that's how they got ripped, or if Diddy just personally did it himself. This is what Spirit is showing me and telling me. But tell me what you guys think down below. Do y'all think that Diddy was responsible for putting Usher in the hospital because Usher ain't had no choice but to do it if he wanted to have a career? Leave a comment down below though. Tell me what you guys think. Thank you, my beautiful soul family, for tuning in. I'll see y'all in the next reading. You know what I mean? You have a good one, my babies. Love you. Bye.